everybody, I'm the Pigglesworth. Welcome back to Sevtech Ages. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Y'all didn't see it show up on screen, but I did. It was like a debug button for my recording software telling me what my frame rates were. Yeah, we are over here. We are over here at this at this steel factory. Is that what we're making? Yes. We are making steel and slag for concrete. Look at this. So I've done a little bit of modifications here. If you notice, we lowered this. We moved some stuff around. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out, shall we? So what I went ahead and did is I brought the thermoelectric generator over here. Let's climb up here and take a look. So this is all capped off so Piggy doesn't fall inside and get himself hurt. But basically we are running power, stringing it along and getting it to all the different components in here. So that way we don't have to wire from the windmill. It's all self-contained, which I thought was pretty cool. So we can see down from underneath here, I've got liquid starlight in 2 cells, and then I have got lava in 2 cells. And this was, oh, look at that icon on the right-hand side. Do you see that? Oh, I'm flammable. Oh, no. Stay out of the sump pit, Piggy. You don't want to be flammable. But thanks to the dog miner, this little setup we got going here is running some power, and I went ahead and put these lanterns in here as well, because for some reason, these barrels, the top of them, mobs could spawn on top of them. So I went ahead and lit up the area, and I put the barrels inside here for kind of like a decoration or something. Maybe a little emergency overflow. We can use the buckets to put in there just in case something happens. But we've got, we've still got coal going up into here, but what I was running into is if I was to put like say 3 stacks of coal in here and it went up and it went into it was basically, if I remember correctly, it was just going into the top right there. Well, after you get a stack of coal inside there, the rest of that coal's just going to start getting thrown everywhere. Now I know this was the case because we had a conveyor belt pulling the coal coke out of the front, and I'd ran so much through that it was backing up. And I ended up with a whole bunch of iron and coal coke like stacked outside up there, and I was afraid it was going to despawn. So what I've done now is we've got this hopper facing forward, and it's going to go into a crate, and then throw a hopper down in here. So what ends up happening is, if for some reason this thing was to back up with coal coke, and we were still processing, well, then we've got a little buffer right here. We have an entire crate's space worth of coal coke that can sit up there. And then likewise right here, we're going to run iron in like that. Now, the only problem is if I put iron, nope, not that. That little frustrating thing. If I put a bunch of iron in here, and this is all backed up with coal coke, then iron can't transfer through. So what will have to happen is whenever I put iron in here, I just need to make a double check that this is actually set to allow iron to flow through. If not, oh no, not flammable again. This is not a place for klutzes to work, I tell you what. This thing, I need to check this. I hit F7. All appears to be good. Okay, because I noticed that these little wooden storage crates, they can have spawns on them as well. But I just went and niced it up a little bit, made it a little bit nicer, and then we've got this little setup right here so we can put coal in. Now, what I'm running into that's a little bit frustrating is a power restriction. So I was setting all this up. I noticed if you look at it, it's telling me the transfer rate of the connector. And at first I'm like, really? This thing's only outputting a power source of 2? If we look at the relay, notice we don't see any power. But if we do this, and I'll show you how, like the line that I followed, and it took me a few minutes to figure this out. So right here we can see that this thing has 3,000 out of 8,000 IF. Right now it doesn't look like it's consuming anything. It's probably out of coal coke. Yeah, it's waiting for another piece of coal coke to run through. So it's going to power up, and once it reaches a max of 8,000, then it's good to go. Now the thing is, though, once it starts processing, see how it's processing again? Look how quickly that tanks. It drops so fast, it's crazy, and then it just hovers right down there at that spot right there. Now this, look, it says 0. There's 0. And I'm like, really? What happened? I looked at this. There's 0 on the connector. That book again. Let's get an empty hand. This doesn't say anything that says 0, but look, if we look at the middle block, we can see that there's power flowing through it. So here's what I'm concerned about. As long as we see a number there, see how it's fluctuating between a high and low number? As long as there's a number in there, that means that we've got power flowing enough to keep this running. My problem is, see how it dropped to 0? So that means that we don't have enough current flowing in to keep this constantly running. So it's basically powering up, powering down, back and forth very quickly. And I suspect this other side is doing the same thing. Yeah, see how it dropped to 0? It's fluctuating. So what's frustrating to me is I've got this, first of all, all of this is connected the same. But for some reason, that device down there is drawing the majority of the current, I believe. I don't know if it's being evenly distributed amongst all of them. The second thing is, if I was to, do I have them with me? Oh, I do. Awesome. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's remove that. See how that maxes out at 256? So it's possible that this thing is generating more than 256 IF. And the problem is that these 4 devices together is needing to pull more than 256 IF. I think this is where LV, HV, and all that different stuff comes in. So look here. We got LV wire connectors, MV, so low voltage, medium, and high voltage. So I think what's going on is it possible that the different voltage ratings have to do with how much power can transfer through at the same time? Now, the last couple of times we have found that checking the book yields results. So connector, I know that word's in there. Basic wiring, connectors, here we go. See, it switches between different levels of wire. This is what kind of clued me in. The total transfer rate between 2 points depends on the weakest type of wire between them. So what it sounds like is the higher grade wire that you go, basically the more voltage you can pass through at one time, or the more power, the more IF. I keep thinking in volts in terms of real life electricity, but this is something a little different. So I think that's what it is. Now, what is the wire? Let's back up here. Let's do LV. Coil. Okay, so let's look up the word coil. Here's our different coils. LV, MV, HV. Hemp rope coil? For decoration purposes only, will not transmit power. Oh, okay. Steel cable coil. For decoration purposes only, will not. Okay. Redstone. Transmit a redstone signal, will not transmit. Oh, that's interesting. Insulated LV. Insulated MV. Huh. So do we not have high voltage wire? We only have low and medium voltage wire? So that's what would force us to do transformers, so that we could pull like a high voltage from here, run it to a transformer, and the transformer could knock it down to a medium voltage, and then we could split medium voltage to 2 different designations. I'm wondering if that's what's going on there. Now my only drawback is I need, let's see, what does it take to make medium voltage wire? HV? Oh, there is high voltage wire. But there's not insulated high voltage wire? What does this need? Steel and aluminum. Steel plates and aluminum plates. Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive. But we could experiment with that. What is this? High voltage coil block. I wonder what that thing's for. Let's hover over and U for uses. Aha! It's for making a high voltage transformer. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so we might experiment with that here in just a second. But we got to get to viewer comments, and I had another little experiment that I want to run as well. Now look, I have got hoppers. I had to make some more hoppers for that, and I've got hoppers running here like I should. And that is because there was a very important comment that was commented on. I have to switch over to my YouTube page real quick. Whoop! Just going to leave that there because I'm only running one monitor right now, so the screen's going to go black for just a second. Nyban Maxwell says, hey, can you make wooden gears at the sawmill? Now here's why that is important. Let's do hopper. The hopper needs gears, wooden gears. And at first I'm like, oh my gosh, look, I need glue, blah, 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 crying and pain and everything else. And then we click over here and look. He's correct or she's correct. They are correct. We can make wooden gears. So I did that. I went over to the sawmill. I made a bunch of wooden gears, and then I made the up to stone, up to bronze or copper, whichever it was, and made some more hoppers. Copper hoppers. Look at that. So we finally got that going. So thank you so much for that little piggy refresher moment. That helps me remember stuff that I've probably already figured out at least once. But let's also go to some more viewer comments. I've got these on my phone, so let's see here. Just kind of going through real quick and looking at the ones we've already done. So JS Flink says you need to press a key to use the excavation feature. Here's what we're talking about. So in a previous episode, we took the excavation, back it up, we made this excavate modifier, and then using the tinkers, we added it to our pickaxe. I also, if you noticed, added some lapis to this, which gives me luck. So I'm very lucky. I can go to Vegas and we can get rich. No, not really. It helps you get more. It's like adding fortune to a pickaxe using tinkers. You don't have to enchant. You can just control what level of fortune you have on your pickaxe by adding lapis. So if you notice, I have an ore prospector in my hand because I went to prospecting. I was a very diligent pig, and I did some work off camera. I prospected my way down to some coal because I figured, you know what, we need coal. Should have checked if I had sticky slimy boots. But we need coal for making of steel and coal coke. So let me see here. At first I could not figure out how to get this to work, and they said, hey, there's supposed to be a key. So what I did is this: hit escape, options, controls, and I started scrolling through here until I found, starts with an O, I believe. This is all the different quick keys and controls and stuff, or excavation. So at first, this thing was assigned to another key that already worked, and that's why it was red. This means that two or more things are trying to access the same shortcut key. So I made it a multiply. Multiply being way off on the right-hand side of my keyboard, which means it's going to be very hard for me to accidentally press it, which we know is kind of a theme here. Piggy always accidentally pressing buttons. So what I'm going to do is reach over and hit the multiply key and hold down on it, and now I'm going to harvest a piece of coal. Look at there, look at there. Look what we just did. We just harvested out an insane amount of coal. Now, did this break? It's got a durability of 19. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. It's probably going to break our tool here. Yep, see how those little, whoa, what is that? Sulfur dust. Okay, but look, that quickly, we just mined out 2 stacks of coal. That is awesome. Now I got to figure out how to get out of here. Way up there. Oh, great. There we go. I was going to say, since I broke the coal blocks, I don't have a way to climb out. Now I have the little, what is it? Ecological? I think that's what it is. That means that it's got that wooden part to it that's going to let it slowly heal itself. So we'll wait a few minutes. We'll do an experiment here. We're going to see how long this thing takes to heal. We might have to get a sharpening kit to get that all set up. But let's run over here real quick. I want to take a look at this. I think this has still got coal in it. Yep, that's still got coal in it. So it's slowly making coal coke, but it's not keeping up. Now, what do we got in our buffer up here? 1. So we can go ahead and run that. Now, I'm up here. I could put it in there, but I want to do this because this is just so much more fun. Quit your bouncing, piggy. Nope. There we go. Pop that in there, and there we go. Now, once I tore this apart, put it back together, for some reason, I could not get the hammer to let me make the conveyor belt go to a 45-degree angle. But we'll climb back up here, and I'll show you this thing appears to be working just fine. So I don't think it has to be at a 45. See how it's hopping up, but then it's immediately getting grabbed onto that conveyor belt and then run into that hopper. So I think everything's fine and dandy. I think we're okay. But that's just so cool. I love being able to see the items moving. Same thing with those transfer pipes down there. Is so cool. Okay, so while we're up here, let's look at the next. No, we talked about that. Okay, so Sherry McComber, she said she was playing Sevtech as well. And she was running into an issue that I think I ran into, which is Geolysis. Geolysis is a mod I don't think we've really messed with. And I think what had happened was when I tried to use the book for it, it crashed the game. Let's see here. Field Manual, Extended, Herb Lore, Antique. Maybe I threw the book away because I thought it was bad. Let's back up and see here. At Geolysis. Field Manual. Oh, it says Geolysis. Okay, so we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if this works. So I had to go into the config files, which means you have to actually go into your file structure that's inside your computer, and in it you're going to see a notepad file that says config, and in there will be the notepad file for Geolysis. And if you go way down to the bottom of the notepad file, it's going to say enable Unicode, true or false. And there's a little note there that says if you're running Optifine, Unicode could crash the game. So you have to toggle it to false. So let's right click, see what happens. Fingers crossed. Look! We're reading a book. 33 pages, and it's telling us all kinds of stuff. Geolysis is a mod. No kidding. What a way to start your book, Captain Obvious. All right, so we'll put this back here. Ooh, now it doesn't want to... Okay, well, it's a little quirky still, but whatever. We can read it now. So thank you very much for that. That's a cool little fix, and we will check that book out later. But one other thing that I wanted to do, we're going to start working on building a pump jack. Now, pump jack has got a ton of blocks. Pump jack. What do we got? One. No, let's do this. Let's stop it. Back it up. Nope. Oh, cool, but it does let us see the multi-block structure. Now, how do we... I love how we can turn that around and around. Like a wrecker, baby, right round. There we go. Pause, play. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So there's 4 levels to it. So what I wanted to do was to... You know how we were like... pre-assembling stuff inside of a crate or something like that. Well, since there's 4 levels to it, I was going to make 4 different chests so that we could assemble each level and make sure we had all of our stuff. What is that? Samples? Okay, so this mod is what's letting us see all the samples on the ground. That makes more sense. And then I got to looking at it. At first I was looking at different crates, but then I started looking at different type of chests that we have available, which is quite a few actually. And then I started noticing we've got all these chests right here. Iron chests, is that something? Okay, I don't think I can get obsidian as a block in hand yet. And I don't have diamonds, so there's no way to break it. What is this? Side chests? For Steve carts, okay. And a dirt chest. If I'm not mistaken, this thing only holds 1 item inside of it. Which seems really silly and kind of a waste, because it's like a downgrade. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to experiment real quick and see how much does each of these type of chests hold. Primal chests? Oh, that's from a previous age. We don't need that. Okay, so looking at all that and seeing all that helped me realize I needed to go ahead and set up this auto system, and I did something else. Piggy is actually prepared somewhat for this episode. We converted. Yes, we did. We converted all this stuff. So what do I need? 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 plates and a chest per. We're going to do 4 of these. So I need 8 iron. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 gold. Now, I could swear that we've built these before, but I don't know where they are, and I can't remember. So I figured let's like build 1 of each, and then we'll set them somewhere central so we can see them. My gosh, that was a lot of S sounds. And then we can look at them as an example to help us remember which chests we actually want to make for which application. So we got iron, gold, silver, copper. That's the other one. Come here, copper. Where are you? Yeah. All right, there we go. So we are going to set up our plate ka-chunk. And not there. Oh, there goes my phone making a bunch of racket. It's so needy sometimes, I tell you. Not like it's making bread needy. Like it needs attention needy. And then let's dump this in here. Look. We finally automated it like a smart person. So I'm going to let that stuff run. And while that's running, I got to figure out where in the world did I put... I have made some just regular chests. I thought I had placed them somewhere around here. Oh, well, let's get that copper ingot and put it over here. A little bit of organization goes a long way as long as we can remember what in the world we organized, right? Are you healed at all? It's still broken. I wonder if once it's broken that you have to fix it, but if it's not broken, it heals itself. Gotta pick them berries. I'll tell you, we need to have food. So far, it's silly. We've done all this work to get different kinds of foods and stuff. Having these little berry bushes here is great. I just run by, grab the berries, eat and go. And it gives me... I don't get the full-on nutrition for everything, as you can see. But we've got fruit. We've got plenty of fruit, I tell you. Here we go. I knew I had them somewhere, so we've got 8 chests. And by the time we get back over here, we should have all of our plates plated. See? Look, we're getting more efficient. We can accomplish more in one episode. Uh-oh. And I realized something else I need to do. Since I'm not using... since I'm only using one monitor, I'm running a timer on my phone so that I can make sure my episodes don't run too long. Look at there. We've already been going, according to my timer, 22 minutes. So let's see here. We've got 4 more copper plates to go. Right? Okay, yeah. So that's going to do that. So while that's doing that, let's go ahead and make this. So we'll place you here. We're going to do an iron chest, a gold chest. Now, here's what I suspect. In order that you see it, it's going to be bigger and bigger amounts that it can hold. That's what I'm suspecting is going to happen. And then let's get the copper and a copper chest. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get those out of there just in case. All right, so silver chest. Let's see, go in order. Silver, gold, copper. Wait, that's iron. You're supposed to go in order, Piggy. Great, now we can't break stuff because our pickaxe is totally destroyed. So we'll have to fix that in a minute. All right, so iron is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like a double chest as a single spot. Copper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, so iron is better than copper? Yeah, that holds a little more. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so a 9 by 9. So it goes copper, iron, gold. Kind of scared to see how much silver will hold. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the gold chest is actually the winner. Gold chest is the best. And now you need to be replaced. Well, we need an iron sharpening kit, I believe. Let's go over here. I can't remember if I've got any more. Yes. Sweet. Talk about being prepared. This is like the most prepared for episode ever. Awesome. So we've got all that stuff set up and ready to go. And now we know. What did we say? Gold was best above all the rest. Yeah, buddy. So let's, for now, let's do this. Since I haven't really figured out how I want to set this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8. So it goes gold, silver, iron, and then copper. So maybe those are showing up in the mod descriptions because it's alphabetical, not by size. Let's check. I? EFGHI. No, that's completely out of order. I don't get that. Oh, what is this? Oh my gosh. So we could convert all this mess we just made to gold chests. Wood to copper. Oh man, we could have used the same amount of copper plates on a log. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, to make the converter. Only to make the converter. And then I bet you put this in a crafting interface with the lower level. Iron to gold. Okay, so it is possible that we can salvage these by upgrading them all to gold, but it's going to take... Like, we had a chest, and we had gold. We surrounded it with gold, we were good to go. We wasted a bunch of metals here that we're going to have to waste to keep bumping them up levels. I'm not going to do that. We'll just leave these as is. This will be a burning, searing in our brain reminder. Piggy, what you want to build is gold. And that's just the way it is, buddy. Okay, so what I want to do is experiment with this right here. So we want to make, what is it that it's using? Was it a connector? A connector. Okay, so we want to see what the highest level connector is that can be made. So, connector. Relay, high voltage wire connector. There we go. So we need 3 pieces of aluminum and 4 pieces of terracotta. Okay, and we can make terracotta with clay blocks. Awesome. So I don't have to go find a mesa biome. Although having a mesa biome available would be awesome because then we wouldn't have to waste these. So let's do 4 of those. We'll get those cooking. Tell you what, one of my next main goals is to figure out a way to get mass cooking going next. 2, 3, 4. And then what did it say? We need aluminum. High voltage wire connector. 3 aluminum ingots. And what's cool is this recipe will get us 4 connectors, which is awesome. What in the world? Oh, I like glanced over there. I saw this weird stooped over looking thing. I'm like, Slender Man? It just looked creepy and weird. Aluminum brass. Aluminum. 1, 2, 3. I think it was, right? 3. Relays. What do we need for relays? Insulating glass. Okay. So we might have to make those as well. Because if we're dealing with high voltage... Wait. No, I think we said we wanted to down convert with a... Why are you not cooking? I thought these things cooked here. Will you cook here? Let's check and see before we start doing stuff. Okay, it will cook here. We'll just toast our feet again. See? That's how you do that when you don't pay attention, Peggy. Well, I'll tell you what, while that's going, let's see here. Redstone breaker, transformer. So is a transformer going to go from low to medium? And an HV is going to go from high to medium? High to medium. Medium to low voltage. And the electrum coil block. High voltage coil block. Okay. So what my goal would be is if this is functioning the way I think it is, what I'm going to want to do is, oh, you know what I should do? We're going to do a high voltage connector. Let's go ahead and do a medium voltage connector as well. Okay, that's easy. We've got those materials. We'll go ahead and start cooking this stuff. Nope. I meant to right-click the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get this converting system going somehow. Where? Oh no! Did it break? Like, do I lose the? That stinks. You can't break one of those blocks. You know what that means? That means that the mod maker made it where if you do find a mesa biome, you can't collect terracotta. You've got to make it. That is so sneaky, sneaky. All right, so we still have to wait for one more. But yeah, I want to do an experiment so that we can see how much voltage is being pulled out of that that thermoelectric generator that's using heat and cold to create electricity. Okay, so we can make our high voltage. We've got that. Check. We need 3 more iron. 1, 2, 3. Check. Check, check. And then we'll run over here and get our turd. And then we should be good. Come on, you. We're waiting. We're going to put you up here so we don't accidentally place a block and then have to break it and lose it. One more. Just one more. Do I hear one? One clay block. One clay block. There we go. Sold to the pig with the snout. Alrighty. So let's go over here and do this. And we will make our medium voltage wire. Oh, it only needed 2. That's weird. For some reason, I thought I needed a connector. It did need 3. Stinky stinker. We need 2 more. Oh well, I get a feeling that we might end up using this before it's all over with anyway. But once we can find out what this power output setup is, that's going to help us know, because the pump jack is going to be important. It's going to need a certain amount of power, and we need to figure out all this electrical stuff so that once we get the pump jack set up, we can definitely power it. Now, somebody had mentioned something about a biodiesel. The problem is that ever since I opened up my Discord channel, yes, I have a Discord channel. Go down and look in the description below and you can see how to access it. It is open to the public. Yes, it is. But between my Discord channel, my Twitter, and from YouTube, somewhere, somehow, I think it was Dogminer had sent me a message saying you can make a biodiesel generator, and that will make you just about all the electricity you need. But I'll have to set up a system to make biofuel to keep it running. But that's going to be generating a massive amount of electricity, or IF, and so we need to understand how all of this works. So HV wire connector, MV wire connector. We need 2 more pieces of iron. So it doesn't hurt to do these experiments so that later on when we get all this stuff up and running, we will definitely know how to make all of this work proper. Get out of there. We're trying to make you cousin. Okay, and let's go and get the wire snips out as well. So if we remove the wire, then what this will do is allow, see how it's at 0? Let's snip the wire. Now we can see it's at 256. So we'll break you. And let's put a medium connector there. Ooh, that has 1024 IF. Okay, so let's break you. How much does this do? 4,000. So this will transfer 4,000. Now, the thing is, I don't know how much this thing is outputting versus how much all 4 of those are going to draw from. But since we've already got it built, if we have an HV wire connector, this is going to let us run high voltage. The most charge possible can stream out of this. And then from here, we can build a transformer that will downgrade high voltage to medium voltage and then draw in 2 different directions. I wonder. You know what we might need to do is 2 transformers. Like we might need to run a high voltage wire connector to right here to a high voltage wire relay, and then split that relay into 2 directions going to medium voltage transformers. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're using this as a point because the wire won't go from here to there. This obstructs it. So, although, see where this is? I bet we could just build this up a little bit higher, and then we could run wires from here and here to transformers, and then from that transformer down to that point. I wonder, could I get wire to go from here? That might work. We might be able to do away with this spot right here altogether and run that wire up to a transformer and run this wire up to a transformer. So let's experiment with that. Let's see what we can come up with. So we need a HV transformer, a high voltage wire connector, and a medium voltage wire connector. We've got that. Check. Come on, game. You're freezing up on me. Check, check. We've got the iron, so we need to make a high voltage coil block. High voltage wire. So we need steel and aluminum. And look, we've got a steel making machine. See how that works? Boop. Come on, Piggy, quit with the bouncing. So that, could go ahead and take some of that, because I'm pretty sure we'll need that for something else as well. What does it say? Steel and aluminum. Let's double check the recipe. That, we need 8. This gives off 4. Why do we have 2 recipes that are saying aluminum, steel, oh, because it's showing us that the configuration, as long as they're opposite of each other, it can be the northwest or the north-south or the east-west position, so that works. Okay, so aluminum. I think it's, we need a plate for each. Silver, where's the aluminum? All right, cool, we have just enough. And the ka-chunk machine is going to help us out, once again with the automation. So let's go ahead and run these through for plates. And we'll run these through for plates. I've got my cutters here. Oh, they're not called 10 snips. I'd made a previous comment saying, funny how we were cutting copper with 10 snips. They're wire cutters. Uh-huh. So we can use it to cut stuff into wire. So let's go ahead and make our 4 aluminum wire. One more, please. Thank you. And let's go ahead and make our steel wire. Okay. We need sticks. I know I've got a ton of sticks. Copper plate. Could have used that. Where are sticks? My brain is slowly going, Piggy, look for the golden backpack. Here's a stick. We need more, though. Gold backpack. Pow! Yep. Let's just take them all out of there. Your sticks can't be trusted. And crafting bench on a stick has once again disappeared as well. There you are. Come with me, please. Okay, so let's make some of that. Get out of there. And then we need an iron ingot. And then we needed the connectors and some iron. Let's go ahead and just grab some iron. Okay, so that high voltage transformer, we still need to make this. Awesome. And then a high voltage transformer. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and rig that up. Now, we're going to be shutting down this power setup for a little bit. Actually, I wonder. Oh, look. That is maintaining now. So we're drawing... Wait a minute. That is weird. It's maintaining power. Are we not running anything through? That doesn't make sense. It should be running stuff through, and somehow this thing is a closed system. It's not plugged into anything. Okay. This just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we will give you a good snip. Come with me. Thank you. We'll break you. And the magnetism makes me pick it up. Awesome. All day long we'll have good luck. And I think we can place a transformer right there. Nope, that doesn't work. So can we put the transformer off the side of the crate? Hello, Rain. What are you doing here? Ooh, that works. Uh-oh. It looks cool, but... okay, let's try this. I want this to orient slightly different. I want it to be sideways so it looks a little better. Let's... No. There, keep climbing. There you go, Peggy. And then let's... Nope. Oh, my inventory's full. I'm like, why can I not transfer that to where I need it to go? So can we put it, like, why is that not working? Maybe we need a block to place it on. Can you go there? You can. And then will you go there? Uh-oh, does it only make itself sideways like that? Or, oh no, we're facing this way. Let's turn 180 degrees. I wonder if I can rotate it with the hammer, since other stuff lets us rotate. Okay, so see, we can run that to there, and then we can run that. Wait, we need to go from high down to medium, right? That's what we were trying to do. Okay, so we're going to need to make some more high voltage wire. So we need some more. Oh, man. Do we have any more aluminum? Any more aluminium? Let's see. That's all iron. That's copper, you see. Aluminum? Aluminum. Piggy needs his aluminum. There we go. And a full inventory. Let's, Hey, Gold Backpack. Where'd you go? Hey, Chest. You're going to help us out. See how this works? Like a Boy Scout, we are prepared. Dump all that junk. We'll come back for you in just a momento. Where'd it go? Aluminum. Let's just go ahead and cook it all. I think this is empty. Yep, okay, that's empty. So we'll just go ahead and cook that all, because I have the feeling that, you know, we'll need some of it. Just a little bit, if we're going to do all this high voltage stuff. Now for aluminum, it seems like it's pouring awful slow. I will say this. My wife made herself like her own personal little mod pack that we were playing around on last night. And she had this thing called a torcherino. And you can speed up the ticks. So we put a torcherino right next to the smelter that she had. And the fluid just like pours, cools, and is done. Like super fast, because we were running everything at 400% its normal speed. It was pretty awesome. But it spoiled me. Because now playing here in Sevtech is difficult. It's not easy. So I don't have a torcherino here. Alright, so that's going to get us our aluminum. And from here, then we need to swap plates again. So we'll do that. Let's go get this aluminum out of here. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and do like we did before, because I get the feeling we're going to need some more. Well, no, that's high voltage wire. We may not need that much more high voltage wire. Just re-grab all this stuff. Let's dump stuff we are not using in this episode in here for now. Buckets, not using those. How did I have 8 more? Maybe this thing... Okay, it doesn't have enough space for more than 46 or 48 maybe. That's what that was. So let's go ahead and run 2 through for right now. We got 4 plates. I guess I can go ahead and wire snip those while we're waiting on that. That'll work. And you come here. Oh, I put away the sticks like a silly. You silly pig. How are you going to build stuff when you put things away? We need our tools. And then, had a crafting bench on a stick, but why do that when you can do this? So it's... I think this is the recipe. Nice. Oh, okay, I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just have the wire that I thought I needed? Alright, so this is cool. This is going to be cool that within an episode or so, we might have all this power stuff figured out. So we'll link that to that. Oh my gosh, what just happened? It's not insulated and we touched it, so it electrocuted us. Oh man, it's a good thing I have my yeah, and it's raining too. We're playing with electricity in the rain. That is not smart at all. Okay. So from here we want to do medium voltage to go to here. Okay. So y'all seen all this. Y'all seen how this works and everything. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it looks like we're starting to run a little bit close to the end of the episode time. The medium voltage stuff, we got all that figured out. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and rig up the medium voltage off camera and get all that rigged up and ready to go. And then we can experiment with that next episode, seeing if that's what works, if that's what transfers power the way we need. And so that once we've got that done, we can start moving forward with trying to get some more cool stuff built. So if you like this episode, if you enjoy Piggy getting thrown off the building, oh, look at that Enderman just zoom around like crazy. He's a madman, I tell you. If you like this episode, please click that like button. If you want to see more of these as I release them, and you're new to the channel and haven't already subscribed, would you please subscribe, or at least consider it? And then if you do subscribe, click the notification bell. YouTube will let you know when new videos come out. I'm going to go ahead and gather up stuff and get this medium conversion set up and everything ready to go. Hopefully I'll have it ready by next episode, because that's when I hope to see you is in the next episode.